Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to Cossacks 3. So in this one we're just going to be checking out sort of what the multiplayer is going to look like. This is a game against the AI, but the format should be relatively the same. We're putting on mostly default behavior. Here you can see all the different factions that exist in this game. I think we're going to give Sweden a go for this one, and we're going to be up against someone random. There's a lot of European powers that have, I would imagine, very, very similar sorts of units that would be pretty historical. But, yeah, like, Prussia is kind of interesting. Venice might be kind of strange, actually. Turkey, Algeria, that's a strange one to see there. Good to see Ukraine in there. You'd expect that, because I believe the developers are Ukrainian. England, France, Spain. Spain, I'm imagining, is a little bit different, because I believe they held on to swordsmen a lot longer than other people. France and England. England, I would imagine, has more bows and stuff like that. Poland might have more cavalry. But yeah, we're going to give Sweden a try here. We're going to stick our opponent on random. Not too worried about that. So this is just going to give us a better feel for the general progression of a game. I don't necessarily know how teching works fully in this game, but if I recall correctly, it relies on just after you've built a building, it unlocks another building, so you just go through the chain until you can get up to the point where you can go up to 18th century technology, which is probably a big step up. I'm not 100% sure. It certainly unlocks a lot of cavalry. I've noticed a lot of cavalry is locked behind 18th century, which is okay. I'd like to see some infantry options being available in the 18th century or something like that, but I think they get upgraded when they get to the 18th century. And certainly there's better techs that you can unlock through certain ways once you get up there, but I think you still have to pay for them and research them. This is basically a very, very macro-intensive game without having to rely too much on managing your macro economy, I think. But it's still going to come down, I think, to who can probably boom a little bit better than their opponent. And there's also going to be some elements of... Okay, so let's go ahead and drop down our town center here. And I actually think that it might be a good idea to get a second town center really, really quickly in this game, just because you start with so many resources and it lets you build up really, really quickly. So we're going to go ahead and get that done. We're going to go ahead and get this one down here, and we're going to go ahead and pop an infinite number of workers here. So you can just set your workers to infinite and you can send them to gather whichever resource you happen to want them to gather. So ours are going to head off and gather stone and wood from over there as well. I'll need mines set up as well. I don't see any gold right now, but that shouldn't be too big of an issue. Let's get a bunch of you to build a mill as well here. Let's go ahead and build infinite numbers of these guys. We'll put them on stone as well for the time being, but we'll need eventually to get a stockpile anyway, even though this sort of gets rid of the need for one of them for a little while. But once we got these sort of set up and going here, we can probably start working on something like maybe a barracks, or a blacksmith rather, I guess. So let's go ahead and build that. We'll build it just up here, I think. It should be fine. It's kind of strange how they have to come around to the back side of the building in particular. It's a nice little door there that you'd think they could drop off the stuff, but they drop it off around the back. Not 100% sure why that is, but we'll find out, I guess, eventually. And let's go ahead and build a barracks right away. You can build the barracks up here, I think. So it'll be interesting to see which units the Swedes have access to. Every faction does have slightly different units, although the differences aren't necessarily huge. Oh, there's a gold mine, okay. Like, between different factions, you'll typically see sort of like a melee unit and then a ranged unit and then some cavalry. Let's go ahead and put down a gold mine there. And let's switch you guys over to wood. I think I don't need too much stone right now. Alright, let's go ahead and get... Let's get another barracks right away, I think. Okay. Well, we're pulling in quite a lot of resources pretty quickly, but yeah, so those guys all go into the gold mine, that's fine. Let's go ahead and put you guys onto the farms now. Let's actually set both of you set up to go to the farms. And we're actually going to start producing some pikemen here. And we'll start producing some musketmen out of here. So, I'm going to need to produce stuff pretty quickly, I think, but so let's go ahead and get some upgrades while we're at it. We are getting some gunpowder troops, so we are going to want some iron, some coal there. Where was our iron mine? It was over there. Okay, let's grab 5 people, set up our iron mine. Set another 4 people here, I guess, on coal duty, and then grab 1 more as they show up here. There we go. So I don't know how many of each unit I'm going to need like right away, but I feel like we probably don't need to worry about getting out too much complexity like right now. Let's figure out what we need for a stable. It's just we need a lot more wood. Okay, so we've got some people harvesting wood, but let's go ahead and make more of them harvest wood instead of stone. Our stone count is pretty okay right now, actually, so should be all right. Alright, all our mines are up, it looks like. Up and running. We'll also want to get an academy pretty soon, just so that we can get officers. It makes a huge difference in performance. Like, I've been playing this a little bit, and sometimes you've got formations without officers. They get destroyed by units that have got officers. Alright. Well, we'll wait till this guy drops off his piece of wood there, and then we'll put him in the mines. Where did he disappear to? Get in the mine there. Alright, so let's grab a couple of these peasants here. Let's get a stable built. I'm wondering if there's like diminishing returns on production costs for these things. I think they actually do. They might increase in cost every time you build one of these. Well, we'll find out maybe later. Or maybe it's just that they're different costs than stables. Probably would be the case. Alright, some more mines over here. For the fact that we're pretty much out of resources, we could build another town center, actually, and that would be a good idea, but we're probably just going to end up building a supply depot around here somewhere, so we can get access to these woods and to those other things over there. Be interesting to know where I'm going to get attacked from, what angle. Might be a good idea to build a tower near our worker lines here. But they're quite expensive, so I'm not sure if I really want to. Alright. What we need is more wood before we can get more buildings there. Yeah, so... I think that should be enough pikemen for now, so let's go ahead and cancel that. And get more musketmen, I think. And we're going to probably want some upgrades here. Pikemen in particular need them just because they're in the front line, they get killed a little bit faster and easier. Alright, so we can build our academy now. Let's drop that down. And that'll be quite good. Officers is going to be a good upgrade. And we've got our stable up pretty soon right now, so the stable is going to be nice because we'll get that sort of ability to scout around the map a little bit better, figure out what's going on out there. Not sure how many mines you want to have as compared to like upgrading them. It feels like it's cheaper to get new mines if you can. But of course, having like a mine over here where it's pretty safe and then having lots and lots of workers in it probably feels a little bit better just in the sense of safety. Could build a wall somewhere. We need a storehouse though before we're allowed to do that. Let's get these guys to work on a storehouse after this, just somewhere like over here where it's right beside a bunch of wood. Because we're going to run out of trees down here pretty soon. But yeah, we are going to need officers, I think, before we want to really push out. How are we doing on resources anyway? Like, our food production is actually pretty bad. I'm going to want to put these guys back on here, but we're also going to want another mill. First Swedish Academy coming up pretty soon here. And that will let me halt. I'm going to actually cancel both of these right now for just a little while here. And we're also going to go ahead and look at what we can get here. We can get Swedish riders, basically. I'm going to get like 10 of them just for now. And we're going to go ahead and let them be. I don't necessarily feel like we're in a comfortable enough spot to upgrade anything right now, because our food is just collapsing here, basically. We're going to want to definitely upgrade our food production capacities, if we can. Well, that'll be the academy, I guess, once we get to there. Alright. Let's get all these guys onto that. Let's get you guys over to forestry production for a little while, I guess. Just until that farm is up, I think. It's all is going down pretty quickly, though. Yeah, we're going to need another place to get wood pretty quickly. Let's get a storehouse over here now. That'll get us access to some other buildings and stuff like that as well, which is pretty good. Alright, there's our first Reiter. I don't really know how to pronounce that. But let's also work on a couple formations here. Wondering how good the upgrades to officers really is. Alright, you guys get to chopping. And it looks like our food's coming back in, so let's go ahead, I guess, and get a couple more of these. But I kind of want the upgrades. Let's get the upgrades. Huh, they're coming all the way over to the stockpile instead of sticking to the town center. Weird, okay. Let's get a lot of workers working on that right now. Alright. Cultivate new cultures of wheat, harvesting plus 40%. Let's go ahead and get that upgraded. Getting these economy upgrades is probably a really good idea for us. Alright, we got an officer here. Oh, no, that's a musketeer. Where's our officers? Alright, line. Okay, we can get an assault wave of pikemen, which is pretty good. Look at that defense bonus, plus 3. Like, that's pretty significant. Alright. Still can't quite get enough musketeers mustered, so I think that should be just enough there. There we go. Alright, so still producing peasants, an infinite stream of them. Pretty okay. And our food production is looking pretty stable finally. Alright, let's grab 5 of our peasants from over here. If I can get 5, well, that's 4, that's good enough. Just grab 1 extra in a second, but we'll get another gold mine here. And then we'll get 5 of you from here. Get another coal mine. Move those guys off there. Oh, jeez. Alright, so I had this horrible audio scratchy thing that just wrecked my ears, but... Alright, let's get another mine there as well. Grab another one of these guys, get them on to work that. Alright, so we got 2 groups here that are going to be pretty strong. We'll try and upgrade the size of them rather than getting another group anytime soon, so if that's possible, that's going to be good. I'm going to switch this over to infinite production, I think, for now. But we just want to keep expanding and growing all of our stuff here pretty quickly. Like, our economy, though, field capacity plus 200% seems pretty good right now. So we'll get that. And let's go ahead and get these upgrades as well. Get one of these upgrades. So I'm wondering, I think I probably want just lots and lots of infantry. It's probably the better idea out of the two. We can also go ahead and get our tower now, actually, so let's go ahead and do that. Build one right down here. We'll build a wall in front of it, I think. Try and wall in to get that iron as well while we're at it. So I think that this is going to all be pretty okay. There's going to come a breaking point where I'm just not sure how to manage like all the workers that I'm going to end up with. Like I think at that point we just stop building workers, but I don't know how high that's going to be before we get to that point. Because some of these things, if you look at the cost for some of these upgrades, they're really, really high. Like 58,000 stone for trained carpenters. That's pretty expensive. Alright, let's get the wheel lock upgrade. I feel like that one was actually really good. Storehouse there is still being used to draw in people from wide and far for some reason. No idea why. Alright, so let's grab you guys. Get another upgrade, then we'll get one more upgrade for the pikes. So I can dismiss squad and then reinstate them. I'm wondering if there's a way to like add existing people to it. We don't have enough people to upgrade to the next tier anyway, so that should be fine. Alright, so we could scout around a little bit with the Ragers. I'm really not sure how to pronounce that. It's just, you know, beyond me. Alright, so we are allowed to do a click drag here and build a wall that way. Alright, so like that. I'm going to go ahead and finish off that tower, though, eventually. 28, 30. Alright. Increase our stone excavation efficiency. Because we don't have too many people working stone anyway, so let's get some more workers on that. Looks like we got enough on the farms to keep us going upwards pretty quickly, even though we're recruiting units and all that good stuff there. What was this one heading to? That one's heading to field still. Let's send him off to the forest, actually, after that. Alright. Let's grab 5 of these guys up, if we can. Not 6, exactly 5. So that should cause one of these guys to... Oh no, let's just send him back. Alright, there we go. So we can make a gate there, costs 400 wood, but we can just do that immediately. We can also upgrade this, or we can just open it, looks like. Okay. Can switch him over there, since just queues them up in a strange way, in my opinion. Okay, so I can't fill formation to increase it, but is there... No, I think I just dismiss, select, and do that. So I think that's all we can really do as far as that goes. Alright. Mine has been constructed successfully. Okay. Okay, so I feel like I want to get another barracks. So let's grab a bunch of you guys and look to see what we need to build one. We need quite a bit more stuff to build one, it looks like, actually. Yeah, so we'll have to wait quite a while. Oh, we see some enemies down here marching around. It's one block of troops there. So let's send our blocks of troops down towards them. See if we can't get our cavalry around there too. The Swiss riders look quite a bit different from the other Germanic types of riders. Alright, we're coming around from behind with the cavalry there. Alright, so that's worked out pretty okay. We are going to need some replacements for those halberdiers, so let's switch these guys over to halberdiers. I also kind of want to upgrade the formation size to just a little bit, so we'll go ahead and do that. Kind of want the fencing drills actually for these guys as well. Alright, durability of buildings. I don't feel like we need that really. Whereas agricultural salary, I don't feel like we need to do that really. Alright, let's do this geology. Reveal more stuff on the map here. You could also go ahead and increase the field capacity by 100%. I think that would be a good idea. Alright, so got lots of guys working on that. Got lots of guys working on that. Let's go ahead and get another, I think... What's this? Diplomatic Center. I don't know what this does. Foreign mercenaries. Okay, I don't really want to be building a lot of foreign mercenaries, I don't feel like. So, let's get the cathedral over here, I think. I'm not really sure what it does. Got lots of people working this one field. I'm going to grab 16 peasants from over here. We're going to build another mill back here. I don't feel like we quite got saturation or anything of the mills, but... Alright, 24 pikemen, that's not quite enough. We need quite a few more, actually. So let's send them down to here. Let's get all our formations back for now. Thinking that the next formation size might be like 100 something, but not 100% sure about that. It's kind of weird that there's like no, as far as I know, no real formations for cavalry, but I guess they're the kind of sort of twats that would just sort of refuse to properly organize themselves or formulate themselves into that. Alright, there's another gold mine up there, and we do need gold, so let's go ahead and grab that. I still think it's a better idea to get new gold mines instead of doing whatever. Alright, so we'll have one extra. We'll put them onto the iron mine since we're actually running low on iron as well. Alright, so let's grab you guys. Dismiss the squad, get our... Oh, did our leader die? Well, I think we got enough of these guys regardless, so let's go ahead and cancel all that. Let's switch it to this, but let's also grab a couple of... Okay, we'll get a couple more of officers and stuff like that, just so that I've got them kicking around, I guess. Alright, so... Get a 72-man pike block here. It's a pretty large block of pikes, I think, but who knows, might actually be considered pretty wussy. Alright, we got a couple peasants lying around there. Can we get, yeah, no, that's the max. Okay, get the other one to go into the iron mine there. Grab a couple more of these guys. There's another mine over here. That one's a gold mine. Alright, so we got that cathedral done. What's this do? Priest heals wounded soldiers. Interesting. Okay, let's get one. Don't think we need really more than one there. Alright. Don't need wall durability, I don't think. I like how they do come out just like the side of the building there. Feels very organic. Alright. Alright, so let's move our formation down here, see what happens. Alright, and we can get these upgrades. They're pretty good, actually. 3-3 is pretty high. Sort of weird how, like, upgrades sometimes are really beneficial, other times they're not. Alright, so you guys finally finished. Okay. Can upgrade our cannons here, I think. Or as an artillery depot. Alright, so we do need an artillery depot, so I guess we'll go ahead and get one of those now. We'll build one sort of around up here, I think. Put one right there, right between our buildings there. Okay. So we'll just keep these spare troops kicking around back here, but, I mean, we could try and find some sort of enemy here. Find out where their base is, maybe. I think, actually, I just want to figure out where their base is using my cavalry, so let's go ahead and search for them. And while this is happening, we'll continue building up a bit. I don't know how important that's going to really be, but... Alright, we got our priest. Can send him over towards where our troops are going to be staging. he should be able to heal up everybody pretty okay, just over time. Alright, this upgrade, yeah, it's +1, +1, so it's not as important or as big as the other one. The amount of money that we're going to need is ridiculous here. 4,500 iron. This is what I was talking about, like, it actually, everything in this game is really, really expensive. We're almost at population cap too, so we're going to need to drop down some houses. Just going to put them back here. It's not spaced that nicely, but that's okay. Okay. Let's just try and figure out where their main base is, I think. They've got another wave of pikemen coming in towards me, though. I think that's fine. Our riders should be able to get through there pretty fast without anything too bad happening to them. Alright, let's do another riding drill there for a +4. Getting officers upgrade, I really don't know if there's a point to it. I'm assuming there probably is, but... Okay, so where are these idle peasants? There they are. Okay. Let's get them just working on fields here. I think that should be fine. I don't really feel like I need... Alright, so that's my riders down, I think, but we're just going to continue trotting them across the map here, figure out where their base is. Who are we up against, anyway? Spain, alright. I feel like their base probably is around here somewhere. What are those? Mercenaries? I'm gonna guess they're just in our opposite corner, but that might not be the case here. In fact, it definitely doesn't appear to be the case. It's pretty interesting. Alright, so... get another 36-man line, but I kind of want to wait until we can get a larger line. Alright. So 575 is our new pop cap. Alright, we're going to go ahead and build a tower over here. We're going to deepen our gold mines, I think. We're going to have to deepen multiple mines, I think. So let's upgrade this one. Finance artillery repair shops, repair all artillery. We don't need to do that, really. Multi-barreled cannon. I'm going to build a couple of cannonballs here. Ah, right. Get our peasants all to go into this mine here. Start putting more people into that. Alright, our stone collection is going really, really well. Just need more iron, we need more gold. We don't really need more coal that badly. So I'm not going to worry necessarily about that right now. Alright, so our army is pretty big. We can get another 78-man, 72-man formation here. So let's go ahead and grab that. And I think we can march out with this. Try and find and destroy some of their troops. My riders all got killed, but I think they probably got killed in their base, so... Going to issue an attack order, attack move order, just so that if they do see anything along the way, they'll attack it. Got our priest coming along just so he can top anyone off if necessary. I didn't bring along peasants, did I? I did. Oh boy. Good me. Good job, me. Alright. So, I kind of feel like we I don't know if I can actually do much if I got more peasants, so we're gonna leave that off for now. Like, I'm assuming actually there probably is no cap on how many you want, but I feel like I'm just getting overwhelmed by trying to produce them. So we're going to leave them be for just a short while here. I can see an enemy formation over there, though. Small group of pikes on patrol, I guess. So we should easily be able to crush that. I'm not going to worry at all about that. Let's see here. We need a lot more gold before we're allowed to advance. We could use a market and deal with it that way, honestly, but I think we might be able to just march in and end our opponent here. Alright, let's grab a bunch of you guys. Can I still not build 30,000 for a barracks? It's a lot of gold. It really is. Okay, we're going to upgrade this gold mine as well. Where are these guys? Archer mercenaries. Alright, they're getting pretty wrecked. Gonna do a bit more of a push, search and destroy style sort of thing, but I think that we might want to establish more mines somewhere. Might even want another base somewhere, I don't know. Let's actually pop this over just in case, and we'll have you guys. Should probably construct a storehouse over here somewhere. So there's some good resources. It's just, I don't know. Now let's just put them in this mine here. Alright, and then we can get 2 more of you guys. Or let's get 2 of these guys actually. Look at all these peasants. Alright, and we're at pop cap. Alright, I need a... Man. Alright, so we're just going to build houses around here, which is probably like too far out, but... The thing is, a town center is a lot of population that it can handle. Alright, let's get you guys down to here. I'm wondering if I should wait for the cannon that we've got building here. Because these build fairly slowly. That's why there's upgrades there for, like, production costs. And, let's get that metalworking upgrade. I also kind of want to look for a good node with lots of mines. There's a couple gold mines here, though. That could be okay. It seems like it's really hard to find, like, enough mines that you could easily advance to the, like, next age. Ow! Not this again. Alright, I hate my speakers sometimes because they do this weird crackly thing that just is really annoying. Yeah, let's bring our cavalry down there, I think. The AI is pretty passive on normal difficulty, so I don't think you can consider it much of a challenge in particular. But I think that's okay. I don't particularly feel like we need to challenge ourselves too much in our early ones here. Yeah. Alright, we got all those houses finished. We actually need even more. We're going to find another place to settle, actually. No, I don't think we're going to need to. Alright. So yeah, here we come into the town of the Spanish. And it looks like they're a little bit under-defended. I think they are in formation there, but maybe not actually. Got a lot of priests there, actually. It's kind of interesting. Alright. Not sure what's happening with those buildings. Their buildings are like either exploding but they're still here. No, they are destroyed. I wonder if the AI is destroying their buildings so I can't capture them. Alright, we're destroying whatever that is. All their buildings are on fire, but we control them now. See if we can pop out some villagers. Nope, victory. Alright. So yeah, we're on an easier difficulty, so it would be interesting to see this if it was on a much harder one, but I feel like the game would last much, much longer. But yeah, no, this is pretty good. It's going to be interesting to see if there can be a competitive scene around it. It feels pretty slow, which I think is good in a lot of senses. I don't think this is the sort of game where you can too easily rush, but at the same time, maybe you can. I feel like a single tower, though, would really make it so that you're locked down in the early game if you feel like your opponent might rush you. But at the same time, you know, it might be best to just get out your own formation as quickly as possible so that if they show up, you know, you'd be able to push them back pretty easily just because you're going to be closer to your constant stream of reinforcements as opposed to them. But we'll see. Anyway, we'll get back to the campaign, I think, in our next video, but this was an interesting look at just the way the game naturally progresses on fairly easy difficulty. I'm assuming that if you're on a much harder difficulty, it would be not only harder to push into the enemy base, but I believe they'd probably act a lot more aggressively. So anyway, hope you found this video enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.